Hey guys, Brendy here. I've been playing the Battlefront beta for the last few days, so I decided to make a short review so you can decide whether you should buy it, whether it's the type of game for you, and whether it lives up to the hype. The beta is still running for the next couple of days, so if you're interested, download it. You can get it on Origin, Xbox and PS4, so have a go at that if you're interested. And when you jump in, the first thing you notice is the graphics, and they're pretty incredible. I'm playing it on PS4 and it's the best graphics I've ever seen on a console game. So it's really immersive. It's got an almost film-like quality to it. It's got a few lens flares and things like that, but you can just look around, like the snow and the explosions and things like that are just amazing. It also sounds great, so I definitely recommend listening to the game with surround sound headphones because it really makes the experience better. So coming on to the gameplay, it is really fun. So what they've done, they've given you two game modes that you can play multiplayer, and they're called Drop Zone and Walker Assault. So Drop Zone is basically like Headquarters from Call of Duty, where you have to fight over a point and control it for a certain amount of time before the point changes place. And then Walker Assault is when Imperial troops have to escort their AT-AT to the rebel base and let it destroy it. Each game mode is on just one map, and I think the choice that they've made in the game modes and the maps is fantastic. So for Drop Zone, you're on a kind of rocky planet and there's loads of canyons and things through the rock, and it makes for some little choke points and things like that, so that's really fun. Obviously choke points don't make that much difference in this game because there's a jetpack feature which is really fun. It lets you get out of trouble instantly pretty much, as long as the person hasn't fired the last bullet that's going to kill you. So yeah, it's a very fast paced game because of that. You can just jump into a different fight by accident if you're not careful. So yeah, and then on the Walker Assault map, you're playing on Hoth, so there's snow everywhere. It looks fantastic, and it's got the kind of representation of the large scale battles that you're going to see in the full game, I presume. So you've got the AT-AT, you can get in that when you pick up the power up, which is how all the kind of kill streaky style abilities are collected. You go around and you pick up these little glowing symbols and it will give you something to use. Like on this map you can use the AT-STs, which are the little kind of chickeny walker things, and then you can pick up orbital strikes and smart rockets and things like that. So that feature is actually quite good because it means you don't have to run instantly at the beginning of the map to get all the good weapons, and it also means it makes it a bit more casual because you don't have to do really well to get a kill streak and then get an orbital strike or something like that. It's just luck basically. Having said that, you do have to be kind of in the action to get the good stuff, which I think was a really good idea. It means you can't just sit back and then wait for one to appear and then instantly jetpack over to it. You have to be involved playing with your team and stuff like that. People have been complaining that this Walker Assault game mode is quite one-sided because the Imperials basically always win, and there is a way for the rebels to win quite easily, but no one really seems to know it, so I'll tell everyone now. Basically, if you're playing it and the shields of the walkers go down, which happens when you control these little command points, you basically use an orbital strike on the walker at that point. So if you get one earlier in the game, just save it, and as soon as the shields go down, if you get it right, it can basically destroy the walker instantly. So that's a little public service announcement there for you. I think in some sense the one-sidedness of this game mode kind of adds to the experience, because when you're the rebels you feel really penned in and you feel kind of nervous about whether you're going to survive this little bit or not, and it's really hectic. And it is a Star Wars game, so it doesn't have to be that competitive really. It is just for fun. It's less like the Battlefield and Call of Duty games. It's more about the experience, at least in my mind, and that you have fun while you're playing it and kind of feel something rather than just intense kind of sweating. I mean, there are certain points during the gameplay where everything's going on, there's loads of explosions, and I just got distracted by the scenery because it looked so good and it sounded so good, and I think that's a really great thing to have in a game like this. Getting into the kind of mechanical gameplay aspects, it feels very much like a Battlefield game, obviously because it's DICE. It's quite nice. It feels a bit smoother than Battlefield, I think. But one thing I would say is turn aim assist off instantly. It is way too strong. Also, something that's a bit difficult to get used to is the fact that because you're shooting lasers, they're quite slow, so you have to lead your target loads, and there is sniping in this game, but there's no bullet drop, so those two things you kind of have to puzzle out a bit at the beginning. Another thing that's quite strange for people who are used to first person shooters is you don't have to reload. Basically all weapons are on a kind of cooldown system, so if you overheat then it takes a while for the gun to cool down again. And you can speed up that process. There's a kind of quick time event as the bar cools down. There's like a little section where you can press square and speed up the cooldown instantly and just be able to shoot again. But to be honest, once you get used to the mechanic of not being able to just fire constantly, then it's never really an issue. You don't generally get to the overheated state unless you've been really shit with your shooting. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about the game. The best way to experience it is just to go download the beta now and play it. I would definitely recommend that. I myself have pre-ordered the game already because I really enjoy it, and I hope the rest of it lives up to the standard that this demo is at. It basically is a demo. I don't think the word beta is really justified. It's definitely like the final product, it's just they haven't included everything. It's kind of hard to know how much they haven't included actually, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing the extra things like the challenges and the stats that they're going to add to the game when it actually comes out. So that's it for now. If you have any questions or problems with the game, let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. If you want to pre-order the game now, if you check the description there's a link and my code for online key store and you'll get 5% off your purchase. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.